Hey, what's up you guys? This is Junior Trader, and in this video, well, let's take a look at how the market is doing as of this afternoon once the market has closed. Now, I did a video in the morning and I talked about a lot of, well, not a lot of scenarios, but the very specific scenarios that will play out. And look at that. We just had that on S&P 500, did a pullback and just got bought back up through the gap, right? Pretty much what I mentioned in the morning is just a gap fill right now. Structure will remain bullish for us as long as we continue to stay above this area of 532. And so let's go through in this video things to watch for tomorrow. What is the market doing and telling us as per the structure right now? We'll take a look at S&P 500, NASDAQ 100. We'll take a look at Tesla, Nvidia, and AMD in this video. As for other tech stocks and all other in much more depth and detail, anything else that I'll be talking, that will be with the members. You can check out the details in the description of this video if you are interested. Now let's start off with a couple of things I want to show you, and because let's get to Tesla. And none of this is any financial advice, guys, just for education purposes, only sharing my opinion. Please do your own thing, okay? All that good stuff. So this is Tesla on 5 minutes interval, all right? Now, as I say that the tools helps you a lot, let me turn on my another tool. And in the morning, this was all a short play on Tesla here. You can see it right up from here. We had a red structure, and let me actually a little bit space it out. We had a red structure here, and it was full on short bearish play. Made a lot of money that way. And when did the structure change for us? The structure changed right over here, and this was a bullish play. So made the money on both sides using the tools, right? It just makes trading very easy. And let's take a look at AMD as well real quick. Now, AMD also was completely collapsing, but how do we know what direction to trade? Because these just basic charts don't tell you much, right? So let's turn on my tools. And you know that structure opened bearish. We were bearish, a little bit rebound came. That was a bullish rebound. Then we were bearish again, and this was the bullish rebound. And as you can see, we are back again down in the bearish stuff. So again, my tools helps you in entering precisely where to enter, where to have a stop loss, where to take profits, where to switch the position, everything on any interval based on your trading style on all the instruments. You can check out the details in the description of this video if you are interested in my tools, and a lot more things are down there in the description of this video. Check out the details there, guys. All right, so I want to go back to S&P 500. Okay, while we are here on the equities, let's just start with that. So let's start with Tesla, right? So Tesla, as I just showed you on the 5 minutes, yes, it's been a little bit bouncy, right? And we did struggle around 252, but as I just said, my tools helps you in everything to identify what to do in real time. Now, 252 still remains our area, and together with that, this very area of constant demand that is holding. Here is a pivot. As long as we continue to hold this pivot, our bias still remains on an uptrend. It's better to look for those uptrend plays even through the pullbacks, even through the rebounds, as long as those areas hold. Now, let's get to the hourly interval. Now, definitely, we are getting in a situation where it's more just better traded as intraday because we are still just going sideways, right? And in these cases, just stay with intraday. Don't carry much position overnight is what I mean to say. Now, at this point tomorrow, well, 255 above is where a clean breakout play to the uptrend is. Below that, weakness will remain, and the flush zone will be below 246 and 72, since these are the areas to watch on Tesla tomorrow pretty much. 246, 70 cents area, below that is flush play. Good breakout is above 255. Between that, it will mostly remain choppy and weak, in other words, right? So in overall, as a little bit longer term directional breakout is what we need to see, right? And those are the levels to watch on Tesla. So pretty much that's what it is. Overall bias of mine is still bullish as long as we continue to hold this zone, this pivot zone. All right, as long as we continue to hold this, I'm not too worried. If we start to lose this, definitely that's time to be a little bit cautious, right? It's not that there's no point in holding a bullish position then. You've got to size down, in other words, right? All right, let's take a look at Nvidia. Now, Nvidia also did a pullback. Now with Nvidia, guys, I have been saying, it's just not that today, right? It's just, I have been saying from this candle that we are just in the bullish structure, right? And gotta take partial profits in the extensions. Now the thing is that structure will eventually still remain fine on Nvidia, even as long as we are above 104 and 69 cents area. Above this, we are technically still fine in the overall structure. Now let's get to the near term though, that is intraday levels, right? So we are seeing some weakness, and look at that level is the zone that I have provided with the significant levels already marked by my tools automatically. I just highlighted the important level with the blue box as well there. And you can see we are rejecting there a little bit. Now, the way we are forming near-term structure, we may see tomorrow some weakness if this lower high persists. All right. So, in other words, we'll have to break out above 111 and 50 cents to 113 to take out this negation and continue in an uptrend. So this is what we want to see from where we are. We want to see Nvidia for a good uptrend direction again. Otherwise, as if we stay around 110 or below that, or even below 111 and 50 cents, if we stay below it and we start to flush or lose 109 to 110, then it opens up the door for the test at that 104 to 105. That will be near term intraday, at least the direction. All right, but overall structure until then, I'm not too worried on Nvidia, and that's my take on Nvidia. All right, let's get to AMD, and then we'll go to S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100. So AMD is, at one point it was doing really good as well. It's still fine, but it's not in an overall bullish structure. As well, when I say overall bullish structure, it's not that it has really broken out the direction. Now this is a critical area, $100. Is what we need to get above to really see that breakout of a long-term running downtrend structure. But however, I would consider near term though, this bearish plays that we were in. Right now, we have a strong rebound with a near-term pivot and a demand zone that until 88, I'm not too worried, as I have been saying. But can near-term cool off, can continue, is that building up? So let's get to the hourly interval. And just very similar to Nvidia, we are a little bit in that stage with AMD as well. We need to stay above 94 and 47 cents tomorrow to give us that uptrend continuation, because if we stay below 94 and 40 cents, pretty much where we are, markets are very efficient, guys. The way they close, they really close at all the time, very important levels and zones, very close to that. Now, definitely, as if we stay below 94 and 47 cents, you will expect weakness, and definitely losing 93 at this point can bring us down to then 88, right? That's the problem. Now, definitely a good clean breakout on an uptrend will be if we can do that above 95 and 90 cents. All right, so that's something to watch on AMD. Now, let's get to S&P 500 and Nasdaq 100. So let's get to Nasdaq 100 first. So again, as I said, just mostly a pullback right now. Overall, again, okay, this is not just from here that we are in bullish play lately. This is where I mentioned that. So in extensions, you should be sizing down your position already, taking the profits in the extensions. My point is that though, even through this pullback, as long as we are above 449 area, this blue box zone, we are still technically in the bullish structure. Only and only if we lose 448, as I have said previously, this is a position building zone. The problem this time would be if we break below 447 is that, because we have acted this zone already. We have a pivot. Now we want to hold this pivot, because if we fail this pivot, that means structure is not holding. So that's where it's important that we hold through this pivot and we don't lose it, because this time it won't be a position building time here. Okay, this time it will be like, okay, we are watching now what's going to happen. It only works the first time. The area has reacted, the area has acted upon, and we want to see a follow through, because now it's not that it's just that effect will remain forever now, right? It's all about, again, a lot more details, which again, I talked in details with the members, but my point being, it has been acted already, and this time if we dip below, that will be a loss of momentum. That won't necessarily be a position more building, but again, we are not there yet. I'm just being a little bit too ahead of, but I'm providing you all the scenarios, right, so that you can prepare accordingly. But 448, above that, we are just fine. As long as we are above it, we are just fine, not too worried. Let's get to the hourly interval. And on the hourly interval, as I in the morning as well, we'll get to S&P 500 area as well. But as long as we still stay above 453 and 82 cents even intraday tomorrow on Nasdaq 100, we are just fine. For still, bias should be on an uptrend above that. All right. And let's take a look at S&P 500. Now, as I said in the beginning of this video as well, in the morning as well, that guys, this is just a gap fill. This is just a pullback, and look at it beautifully. We got bought back up. Similarly, just as how I explained you on Nasdaq 100 as well, similarly the case remains for S&P 500. Now, the good thing is that with this red candle today, we have a very minuscule volume compared relative to the last couple of days. But that's a good sign. That's a good sign. That means that selling volume is not there. Now, we pretty much we got to stay above 533 area. This one. All right, that's the important part. But let's get to the hourly interval, because that will help us identify the near-term place. Now, what did I tell you in the morning, guys? This is the zone. As long as we are above it, we are still in the bullish structure. And look at it precisely. That's where we got the rebound, right? Now, from here, as long as we still hold tomorrow above 535 to 534 area, we are just bullish. We are just fine. Above that, we should still, our buy should be on a bullish side. I will start to see only the weakness come in if we lose 532 and 99 cents. In other words, $533 area. Otherwise, we are just fine. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Later with the members, I'll be talking about tech stocks. Don't want to miss those out. A lot of good stuff is going on. And I already gave the members my weekly picks yesterday. You can check out those details as well in the description of this video. And together, as I just showed you my tools as well, if you need access to that as well, or those tools as well, I should say, there are multiple tools, then, well, again, details are in the description of this video. And with that, I'll see you in my next videos, guys. Take care. Bye.